Good morning, 2A. So today for math, we are going to practice some addition strategies that we learned when we were in school, except instead of doing two-digit addition, we are going to practice with three-digit addition. Now, three-digit addition is when we have a number that has three digits in it. So like 143 has three numbers in it, 100, 143, 143. So we have practiced doing these with two digits, and with three digits, it's no different. There's just a little bit of an extra step because we have an extra digit in with our place value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve the same addition problem with all three strategies using base 10 blocks, using expanded form, and using an open number line. And after that, your assignment for today is going to be to solve three problems, and you're going to have to pick two of the strategies for each problem. So you're going to have to solve each problem 2 times with 2 different strategies. So as we're going today, think back to when we were at school, what strategies you liked best, and so that way when you get to your assignment, you can pick them. So I'm going to share my screen for our whiteboard so we can go through this together. So, okay, I'm just gonna rearrange my, there we go. Okay, so the problem I'm gonna be solving today is 223 plus 129. So I'm gonna solve this problem with 3 different strategies. So the first one I'm going to solve in is I'm going to solve in expanded form because I know many of you enjoy expanded form. So what I'm going to do for that is, remember, I'm going to break down what the value of each of these numbers is. So I'm going to start with my hundreds. So this 2, what is the value of this 2 in the hundreds place? So the value of this is 200. And then what's the value of this 1? 100. Now I'm going to keep them separate because I'm going to have to add some things together. So I'm doing the expanded form of both, and then I'm going to put my little plus signs. Okay, now I'm going to move on to, I'm going to erase these so we don't get confused. Ah, I erased the wrong thing. Undo. There we go. Great. Okay. Now I'm going to look at the value of my tens. And they're both the same, and they're both in the tens place, so they have the same value. What is the value of this digit? So the value is 20. It's a 2 in the tens. It really means 2 tens, and 2 tens is 20. And then finally, let's see if I can erase. Nice job. Okay. The value of these digits in my ones. So let's think about, what is the value of those digits in the ones place? Yeah, they mean exactly what they are. So this is 3. Oopsies, that's a very funky looking 3. And this is 9. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add together each set of digits. So 200 plus 100 is 300. And then we have 20 plus 20 is 40, because I add 2 plus 2 and then I add my 0. And then 9 plus 3 is 12. So normally we would be done, but what we have here is we have a number here in the ones digits that's is a double digit number, and we only want a single number. We want one number in the ones place. So we're going to have to do something called regrouping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 1, because what's the value of the 1 in 12? Yeah, it's 10. So I'm going to take this 10 and I'm going to move it over here. So really, I'm going to rewrite this under here so you can see. This 300 doesn't change because I don't have anything to add to it, but I'm going to add a 10 to 40. So what's 40 plus 10? 50. So this becomes 50. And if I move this 10, get a thicker one for a minute. If I move this 10 out of the way, what am I left with? I'm just left with the 2. And now I can do my addition to figure out what number this is to figure my answer. So 300 plus 50 plus 2 is 352. So my answer is 352. So I have showed one way how to solve this. So this way is called expanded form, or on your worksheet today, it's using place value. So we can, sometimes people call it expanded form, sometimes people call it place value. Whichever way, this is how one way of solving these problems. And now I'm going to show you two more ways. Okay, so my next way I'm going to use base 10 blocks. So remember back at school, we used the base 10 blocks a lot when we were working with place value. We had the hundreds were a square, we had our tens were just lines, and our ones were either dots, which are a little hard to draw on here, or X's, depending on how you liked to draw them. I'm going to draw X's today because the dots are a little hard to draw on my computer. So we remember that this one was hundreds. I'm going to use actually my text tool because it's a little easier. We had hundreds. Oops. There we go. And we had tens. And then these last guys over here were two different ways to make ones. Okay, I'm going to actually move my problem. Oopsies, I moved the wrong thing. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to solve the same problem, 223 plus 129, using my base 10 blocks. So I'm going to draw each one of these for each number. So first I'm going to draw 223, and I think I can actually do squares. So how many hundreds are in the number 223? So there's 200, so I'm going to draw my 200s first, 100, 200. Then I'm going to draw how many tens? I'm going to draw two tens, 10, 20. And then I'm going to draw how many ones? I'm going to draw 3 ones. So I'm going to use X's. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing for 129. So how many hundreds are in the number 129? We have 1. How many tens? 2. 1, 2. And then how many ones? 9 ones. Oops. So I'm going to draw my 9 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to add together all my base 10 blocks to figure out how many. So I have 100, 200, 300. So I know that this is 300. So then I can go 310, 320, 330, 340, 341, 342, 343, 344, 345, 346, 347, 348, 349, 350. So this makes a 10. So what I'm going to do to show that this makes a 10 is I'm going to circle all these to show that they make a 10. And then that helps me know which ones I already counted. So I can go 351, 352. And my answer is still 352. So this way of solving it is using base 10 or base 10 blocks or drawings. So this is your second way of solving the problem. So your final way of solving the problem, I will show you right now. Okay, so now for my final one, we're going to use an open number line. And this is the one we probably practice the most at school. So remember, when I start with an open number line, I want to start from my bigger number here because we're adding, and it gives me less jumps I have to make. So I'm going to start by marking over here. I'm going to use some text to help me with these. To mark 223. So I'm going to start at 223 right here. And now I want to make 129 jumps. So I'm going to jump first by 100. So I'm going to jump 100. Ooh, that's a big jump. And up here, I'm going to do plus 100. So I'm going to make sure we label our jumps, so we remember what we jump by. So when we go at the end, it's easy for us to see. Okay. So what's 100 more than 223. It's 323. We just changed that hundreds digit up ones from a 2 to a 3 to get 323. So now I'm going to jump by, let me erase this little guy. So now I need to do how many jumps of 10? I need to do 2 jumps of 10. So this one's going to be, so what's 10 more than 323? So it's 333. So I'm going to label that down here. So I've jumped to 333. So now I need to jump another 10. And what is, sorry friends, what is 10 more than 333? So it's 343. And now I need to do 9 jumps of 1. Or I can break this down and I can do jumps of 5 and then 1s as well, which I think I'm going to do because I'm running out of space on my number line. So I'm going to start by doing a jump of 5. So what is 5 more than 343? $348. Nice job. Then I'm going to, so I already jumped 5 of my 9. So if I'm thinking 9 minus 5 is 4. So I'm going to now make a jump of 4 because that's what I have left. We're running out of space here. Move this guy over. There we go. So now I need to think about what is 348 plus 4. And that gets me to 352. Whoops. There we go. And so now I've jumped all 129 jumps. So my final answer, remember we always circle our final answer, is 352 because I've jumped all the way and that's the number I landed on, which is the same number as the other 2. So these are the 3 strategies you will be using today. So let me very quickly, I know this has been a longer video than usual. So very quickly, I'm going to show you your worksheet. So you are going to, the 3 examples I gave you are right here at the top. So your job is going to be to use 2 of these for each one. So for this problem, you're going to do strategy 1 and strategy 2. For this addition 1, strategy 1, strategy 2, strategy 1, strategy 2. You can use the same strategy on each section if you want. So if you want to use base 10 and open number lines for every one, you can. But these have to be 2 different strategies. So you need to pick, or you can mix it up. So you could do place value and base 10 here. Maybe you want to use number line and place value here. Maybe you want to use expanded form and number line here. It doesn't matter. You just need 2 different strategies for each one. If you run into any problems, send me an email or a Class Dojo message, and I will see you all soon.